Unit 207 is following their pattern of criminal conduct. They continue to criminally and illegally shut off the live streams, assuring their looming prosecution is that much easier. They're doing so to obstruct evidence, to tamper with evidence, to intimidate an FBI informant who reported their domestic terrorist organization months before they kidnapped my sons and met the full threshold as such. Is there any audio? I don't hear any audio. And I'm currently watching this live stream.
I don't hear any audio.
Unit 207 is preventing it from being visible.
I don't hear any audio. Unit 207 is preventing it from being visible. I don't hear any audio. Unit 207 is preventing it from being visible. I don't hear any audio. Unit 207 is preventing it from being visible. I don't hear any audio. Unit 207 is preventing it from being visible. I don't hear any audio. Unit 207 is preventing it from being visible.
Okay, it is 1:18 p.m. PST. Unit 207, i.e. the domestic terrorist organization that has members, including everyone in Unit 207, the North Everett precinct, for which the FBI is confident there will be a, quote, exodus within soon enough. The Snohomish County Prosecutor's Office, many people who will be convicted of child abuse, child endangerment, as well as kidnapping from DCYF et al., i.e. the domestic terrorist organization that the Seattle Federal Marshals and the Federal Bureau of Investigation and the Snohomish County Sheriffs will all be handling in the future. Keep in mind, my front door, as has been instructed by the FBI, has remained closed as has been legally required since January 2nd. The one and only exception was when Unit 207, after 19 days of premeditating and planning and my reporting over and over and over again, utilized the two disabled boys they've been abusing for 13 months and had them perpetrate felonies on behalf of their domestic terrorist organization, their aggravated criminal conspiracy. And as of today, they are actively, criminally, and illegally attempting to shut off the live streams for a variety of reasons. Most notably, though, because they would like to go to prison. And that's something that the FBI has stated repeatedly and had me orally state to them. They've been requesting. A woman upstairs is in complete dire straits. She still believes she's going to avoid going to prison. She's going to give me $100,000 and put my mom in jail and then have my kids living with her co-conspirator who's attempted to kill them, who they instructed to abuse and indoctrinate my children and to kidnap my children on August 17th. She still believes that that is going to be the outcome. The reality, darling, and every one of you imbeciles in Unit 207, is each and every one of you that have participated in criminally and illegally shutting off live streams, let's just say today, is going to prison for longer than they have left to live via minimum mandatory sentencing, and also most notably because you are all members of a domestic terrorist organization. You've been on a no-fly list and unable to fly anywhere that has extradition since the month that you first kidnapped my sons with your co-conspirators. Okay, this is why I told some of you that you should try and buy a ticket to Indonesia. Ha ha ha. It was only a little bit of a joke, you see, because none of you are allowed to actually land in any country that doesn't have extradition, nor have you had that ability for over half a year. The entire time you've been illegally detaining me, you've been on a no-fly list. There's not a federal marshal in this state that doesn't have each and every one of your names and knows exactly which ones of you, i.e. every one of you that is responsible for continuing to obstruct justice, to tamper with evidence, and to criminally and illegally end these live streams. So much so that they've prevented me from sleeping for longer than 5 hours over the last 24 hours. And they are all actively upstairs And you are doing it once again to attempt to curate that non-existent federal defense. There is no defense. There is no legal pretext. There is 0% chance you are not going to be convicted of being the domestic terrorist, the child abusers, the kidnappers, the stalkers, the fraudsters that you all are. You hit the legal threshold for all of you to be considered domestic terrorist, and that's been verified in August, before you sent Officer Porky Pig here to try and break and enter, before you sent Officer Porky Pig here to facilitate the premeditated and illegal kidnapping. And every one of you upstairs, even if you've blown the whistle, you are forfeiting your right to any immunity. They're already trying to criminally and illegally cut off this live stream. This is an exact repeat of what they did on the 11th. I'm having to spend, what will it be today, guys? It's already been going on since 7:55 p.m. yesterday, nonstop staring at my computer screen while listening to the imbeciles upstairs that are going to prison for the rest of their lives. Ones that will be saying, I was an officer at the North Everett precinct. Now I manage Panda Express and I take orange chicken complaints. You're so concerned about your careers and your reputations that you idiots have failed to grasp the severity of the situation you've created via your crimes without any immunity. None of you, aside from the whistleblowers who are not following unlawful directives, are going to escape going to a federal penitentiary for the rest of your life this year, 2025. This year, 2025. Now, there is a police report that fills you in on a breadth of information that you need to take in. And that's available on facebook.com/Mystic Gwen Loves Only You. I also was able to orally read it once at the 4:32 a.m. live stream of today, February 13th, roughly 2 hours in at 6:30 a.m. But I believe that Unit 207 criminally and illegally erased hours of footage off of that recording. I can't confirm because they're actively hacked into all of my devices in an attempt to use their manufactured, fraudulent, plausible deniability defense that's addressed in my August 14th tort case. They're literally upstairs. It's the same defense they planned on using for all of the crimes that they've perpetrated, because they don't realize the FBI has been watching some of them since March 2023, others since September 2023, and others even more recently than that. There's nothing you're getting away with. We're at the point now where as soon as you guys break and enter the next time, remember, their plan has been to criminally and illegally shut off this live stream when they do that the third and final time, as has been noted since October, and which they've been doing nonstop for 3 days now. As soon as you do that, you all go to jail. Then you get arraigned, and then you go to prison, because the FBI has already stated all of you are extreme flight risk. That's why each and every one of you is banned from going to any country without extradition. So go to facebook.com/Mystic Gwen Loves Only You. Remember, my front doors remained closed since January 2nd, 2025, per the FBI's instructions. It's going to remain closed. The one and only exception is when the 2 disabled, abused boys that have been legally kidnapped and indoctrinated due to this criminal conspiracy and domestic terrorist organization broke and entered after 19 days of everyone in Unit 207 plotting and planning and me reporting and them rejecting reports. And right now, everything you're doing, you are all doing at the behest of a few individuals who are going to be abdicated from their positions of power and forcefully removed. And you're showing the FBI that you, like them, require to go to prison. And the FBI is going to oblige that request. As soon as you perpetrate the next breaking and entering, you're all done. That's all we're waiting for. And we've known since October the plan's been to criminally and illegally shut off the live stream. So what you're doing today is evidence tampering, obstruction, witness intimidation, stalking, and